great to see everybody. We are here to open our new Eagle six-pack, which is super exciting. A huge shout out to the teams, many of whom are here. We have the Highlander Lift Construction team with Paul Johnson. His team did the bulk of the building. Yeah. He's from Park City. And then Casey Hall here, who has the bell, is director of lifts. Casey and his team it was a busy summer. It was a very busy summer to get to this point. And, they did an amazing job. Big shout out to Erica Stonnell and the Lift Ops team who helped get these ramps ready. And then you can't ever forget the red coats getting on the lift. They're trying to make sure that the trails are all marked. So obviously the people in charge of the lift crushed it. I'm not sure who is in charge of the snow, so they may need a different counseling session. But I do want to say that the terrain up here, it's skiable, but it is all natural terrain, so do be cautious. There's still a little bit of whoop-de-woos and rollers. There's still some whippersnappers sticking up. So I would just encourage you to come down here, skiing and riding well in control. But we are really excited. Huge shout out to Altair Mountain Company. We have some of their team here today who invested. This is Solitude's biggest investment capital project that they've had in decades. And we're really excited about it. So the plan is we have our crew here. I heard they got here really early. How early? 3:30. Our lots don't open till 7. So I don't know how that happened. They have some magic powers. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna bring this awesome group here through, and then we're gonna cut the ribbon and ring the signature cowbell. From the Doppelmayr team is here as well. Doppelmayr is the manufacturer of the lift. They're based here in Salt Lake City. If you haven't, you can go down there and take tours of their facility. I heard it's really awesome. So really excited about that. But we're gonna do the ribbon cutting, and then we are gonna have a group of the lift builders are actually gonna get the first ride. And then we'll have the public queue after that because of all the blood, sweat, and tears that went into this year's making of the Eagle 6. So anyway, welcome everybody. We're gonna have tunes here for a while, and we've got some cookies going on. But I really appreciate all of you showing up. I'm told that there's snow coming in the weekend. As soon as our temps are back, our snowmaking system is gonna refire up. And we will get more product out there on the trails to improve that skiing and riding experience. But really grateful, really appreciate all of you. It's been a very different fall. Some good meditation practices have been happening, but the winter's coming, you know it. You guys know better than me. So the snow is coming. When it shows up, it's going to show up big, and then it's going to be just an awesome season ahead. But again, we appreciate all of you very much. And thanks for coming out. So I guess we'll get this thing going. Here. It is the morning. We have opened our new Eagle 6. We're so excited. And on the chair with me today, I have Casey Hall, Director of Lifts for Solitude. You remember him from May when we retired the lift. Yeah. And Paul Johnstone from Highlander Construction out of Park City. And his company is the one who built this lift this summer. Fellas, talk to me about the project. Both of you, is this your second lift here, Paul, that you've done?
Yeah, I built Summit in 2015.
Okay.
And we took down that lift and installed Summit, which is the coolest lift in North America.
You heard that here.
Eagle is a badass lift too. It's awesome.
All
Eagle
right.
6.
And Eagle, Casey, were you here when Summit went in?
I was.
Yeah. So Paul, how long have you been building lifts?
Since 1991.
Why? And what,
years.
this is kind of a specialty thing. What drew you to it?
Well, when I got out of prison, I thought it was a good job.
Just kidding.
No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. It's awesome. You do it your first day, and I loved it. From the first day, I immediately want to be a ski lift builder the rest of my life.
Yeah.
I was 23 years old, bumming around North America, living in a van with my friends, and I bumped into a ski lift construction company, crew and company in Whistler, and I've been doing it ever since. And now I live in Park City, which I love. I moved here with my family in 2013, and I love it.
How many lifts have you built?
No idea. A lot. I always answer with more than 2, but I don't know. Quite a few.
Well, we know we did 2 here.
Yeah.
Casey, what is your favorite part about putting in a new lift?
Hanging out with Paul.
Hanging out with Paul, exactly.
Mhm.
No, it was a interesting summer, but yeah, no, it was fun.
What part of the lift, like putting in a new lift, do you like the most? What's the most exciting for you?
Oh, flying the towers.
Flying towers.
Yep,
Yeah.
that was definitely fun.
Yeah. Well, I got to see them do the splice, which I hadn't seen. It's pretty menial work. It took a long time too, but that was pretty interesting too, where they take the rope and they overlap it.
Yeah,
to get it to
you
go
take
together.
3 and 3 and you connect them in, and then they tuck into the center.
Yeah. And then that makes the continuous loop.
Yep.
Paul, what's the hardest or the least favorite part of putting a lift in?
Oh, I don't even have a least favorite part. I like it all. Even the
do?
tough stuff, I really like. Yeah.
You especially like the roads? Building the roads?
Yeah. Negotiating with operations departments to make sure that they actually understand how precious it is our time.
Yeah, and I heard
that was good.
I heard you could skateboard down it.
You could skateboard or not?
Yeah.
Only my son could. I couldn't.
As you can see.
The road was so good. You could skateboard at the end.
Cool. Casey, your team took a few days to run the lift to get used to it. Like how operationally, how much different is this compared to what we had? Or
I mean, it's a different controls, but I mean, it's the same concept.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of learning the sequence of what the buttons are doing. So
yeah.
And it is advanced though, right? Like, I mean, it's really come along. It's
Yep.
amazing the changes that Doppelmayr implements every year.
Yeah.
No, it's
You
a nice lift.
would think that it's the same thing we've been doing for a very long time. Like the first lift I ever built was a detachable, but the advancements in these lifts are astounding, honestly.
And one of the things we did on this lift was we buried the comms, correct?
Yes.
Comm line. So normally that runs up the center, and we put it underground, which was a pretty huge effort. And why do they do that nowadays?
Well, I mean, it stops the lines getting iced up and
Yeah.
breaking, and the possibility of catastrophic failure with the line. I
Yeah.
mean, the line would have stopped the lift. We've been using that system for decades and
Right.
decades, but it is an improvement. It, you know, if you look at it, it's cleaner and there's less icing. It's not that it's as relevant here, but in the stormy parts, it can be a real advantage. You know,
Yeah.
for the machine, for operational staff as well. So.
And so we started to take this lift apart. What day, Casey?
Oh,
It
it
was
was
like May 9th.
the end of May, 1st of
When
June.
did you close? You closed late.
Closed
We
May.
closed late, May 21st.
Yeah, so it was after that.
And so they've been working every day since then till today.
Not every day. We took one day off.
Yeah, they've been working
One
their
or two,
butts off.
1 or 2.
Yeah. And I do want to give a shout out to our friend Tim from Deer Valley. Came over and worked with an electrician. He couldn't be with us this morning, but
Oh.
he was
Yeah,
awesome.
Tim's a rock star.
Yeah.
He's awesome.
All right. Any last things before we get off here and enjoy
Just hope
the ride
everyone
down?
enjoys the lift this
Yeah,
summer or
come
this
ski.
winter.
Yeah.
It'll be here for 40 years. It's awesome.
Yeah.
It's
It will be here long after we all move on.
Gosh,
Yeah.
don't say that.
So really
It's a
excited.
little morbid.
I'm
No,
glad that you guys
sad.
got to meet these characters because it's been a lot of fun working with them, and it was an incredible process to see this come together. Truly tremendous, lots of work, but I'm excited for the end result for all of you.
Great work.